Okay, so last week we talked about making connections and doing the first few steps on your business tracker. And today we're going to talk about inviting. So in my opinion, inviting is the most important thing that will move your business forward. Like, you have to invite. You're not going to have a business if you don't invite. In fact, Carl Deichler, he's our CEO, if you guys don't know, he said that himself. He said, if you don't invite, you're not going to have a business. And then when I was a newer coach, we went to the corporate offices in Provo for a tour. And one of the VPs there asked us which of the vital behaviors we thought was most important. And, at the end of the discussion, inviting was what made it. Because I feel like you can post on social media, you can use the products, you can show your transformations, but if you're not actually inviting people and letting them know that you can help them, then you're not going to move your business forward. So that cute baby, Katie. I got to come see her. Anyway, so let's talk inviting. One of the things I keep in mind when I'm inviting is if I don't ask, the answer is always no, right? So that helps me to be a little bit brave if there's like someone that's a little intimidating to invite, or I'm just kind of up in my head about it. I make sure to remember that if I don't ask, the answer is no. And then I also try to remember that what I'm offering is a gift to other people. They're not doing me a favor when they say they're interested. This is for them and the blessings that it can bring to their life. I don't need their money. You know what I mean? Like, yes, I'm here to make money, but that's not my mindset when I'm inviting somebody. And we'll talk about that a little bit more. I feel like when you're inviting, even if every person you invite is saying no, that's still you showing up for your business and putting it out to the universe. Like, hey, I'm here. I have a business. I want to help people. And I feel like that is me showing up for my business when I invite, regardless of the response that I get from the people that I'm talking to. So I keep that in mind a lot. And I make sure that my invites are a priority when I sit down to work. If nothing else, I have to send at least 10 invites every day. That's my minimum that I've set for myself. So I think it's super smart for you guys to set a baseline minimum of what you are going to do every single day, no matter what. Is it 3 invites? Is it 5 invites? Is it 10? Is it 20? And then you stick to that. And if you have a day where it totally goes haywire, then just add it up and make it a weekly minimum, right? So if I have to send at least 10 invites every week, then that's 50 in a week. So if I have a day where I don't get any done, then the next day I can make up for it and just make sure that I get my 50 in for the week. So I still have some flexibility there, but I think having a minimum is super smart. One thing you have to have done to be effective at inviting is make sure that you are sold on the products yourself. You're sold on their benefits, you're sold on how they've helped you, the changes that they brought to your life, you're sold on the pricing that we offer. Like, you are just so convinced that we have the best still in fitness, we have the best quality of products, the most convenient workouts, like whatever it is, you need to be sold on it before you can sell to other people. And that's part of like the energy. Your energy is very important in this business. If you're sending 50 invites a day, but your energy is just like, I'm just doing this to do this, I'm just checking the boxes, I don't really care, that energy is going to come across and you're not going to get as good of a result if you show up like, oh my gosh, I love this stuff, I know other women can benefit from it, I just want to serve them. The energy is going to come across differently in your invites, even if the words are the exact same. So having yourself sold on the products first is part of that energy. Like, if you're just so sure that everything they offer is a gift, then that's going to come across in your invites as well. I think the mindset that you show up for with your invites is super important too. Like, let's be a little bit realistic though. You can't expect to send 10 invites and get 8 people saying they're interested. It's just not how it works. I wish it was, that would be great. But set some realistic expectations. Like, realistically, you're probably going to have to talk to 100 people to get 3 people signed up this month. And some of those other 100 that you first invite will come along. They'll sign up in 3 months or 6 months, or they'll sign up in a year. But they're not all going to sign up right now. So keep that in mind when you're inviting and when you're planning how many invites you want to send. That first invite is just a feeler. The very first time you invite someone to your challenge group or to the business, all it is like a soft invite. You're just trying to figure out if they're interested. Like, it's just a sorting tool. And you have to send that first invite to be able to start sorting through the people that you're talking to, the people you're connecting with, people that are following you. If you never send them that invite, you'll never know if they're really interested or not in what you're offering from your business. They might be interested in you or your family. Maybe they like the recipes you share or something like that, but not everyone's going to be interested in actually working with you. And the only way for you to know that is to send an invite. So your first invite is just going to be really casual. It's kind of like asking a friend, like, hey, do you like these drinks at this place? Do you want to go with me? Or, hey, do you like Taylor Swift? Like, she's coming in town. Would you want to go to the concert? Like that casual, but with the same just like friendly tone, like totally just asking if she's interested, but like no strings attached. They're totally, whoever you're talking to feels completely able to say no thanks or yes, or tell me a little bit more maybe. So you're just giving off a really neutral, friendly invite that first time. And remember that it's just a feeler. Most of them are going to get ghosted. Some people are going to say no, and you're going to have a couple people that say, yeah, tell me more. So that's just how it goes. So don't feel bad if people ghost you. They ghost all the time. I don't personally get it. Like, I don't get why people ignore their messages over and over again. I mean, I get it if it's like once or twice because we're all busy, right? Like, I'll read a message in the middle of Costco and be like, oh, I need to answer her, and then totally forget. But there are plenty of people who see all of my messages, but they keep watching my stories. So I keep inviting and they still ghost me. I don't know. I personally just rather tell someone I'm not interested so that they don't waste their time, but that's just me. But anyway, just know all of that stuff is really normal. And some really good books for this is Go for No and The Go Giver also. I really like those two books for developing a good mindset around inviting. When I'm inviting to my challenge groups, if it's the first invite, I don't include any dates or anything. I just say, hey, I don't know if you know, but I have these awesome fitness and nutrition groups. They're great for busy moms. Would you be interested? So I don't have any like dates attached. I'm not talking about a specific program. If I am trying to, like, let's say I'm working a Beachbody launch. So we have the 4-week gut protocol coming up. Say I'm like particularly trying to find women interested in that, then I will mention like, hey, I don't know if you have any gut issues or anything, but I'm doing a special fitness group with this gut program. Would you be interested in more information? Or if I do have a specific date, you're welcome to include that. I just don't usually include the specific dates or programs unless it's like a second or a third invite. That first invite is just like, hey, I don't know if you know, but I help people with their fitness. Are you interested? Super casual like that. Who should you be inviting? You should be inviting anybody who is watching your stories. That's the first thing I do every single Monday is I go to my story views because I usually get more people watching over the weekend, but I don't want to work on the weekend. So first thing Monday morning, I go to my views on my most recent, not most recent, but my like earliest story that's still showing. That's what I did this morning. And I go through all those people, I comment on their stuff, watch their stories, and I invite the people that I feel are ready for an invite. So I do that every single week, and I don't have a ton of story views, you guys. Like, I have 10,000 followers on Instagram, but my best story view over just yesterday was 187 on Instagram. And I think I had 145 people on Facebook, but a lot of those people are coaches or already my customers, or they've already ignored me for a year or 2 years straight, so I don't invite them anymore. So of all those people this morning, I got about 30 invites done. So, but those are the people I go to first. Then I go to the people who are interacting on my posts. And then I have a connection list, like we talked about last week, those connection folders in Instagram. I invite people from there. And those are pretty much my buckets for reaching out for invites. And another thing too is don't forget to re-invite people that you've already talked to. So I keep lists of people who are interested. I make a new list for every quarter of the year, just a Google Doc with their Facebook name or their Instagram name. That's it. Like, I don't make a bunch of notes. I don't have a spreadsheet. Like, that stuff makes my brain hurt. So it really is just a list of names. And every couple of months, I'll go back through those lists and see if there's someone that I need to re-invite, because there's lots of people who were interested, but you know, they had a vacation or their budget was tight or they were busy, or we just lost touch with our messages. Like, I asked them a question, they never got back to me, and we kind of just lost touch. So all of those people I re-invite over and over again. And those are typically the people that sign up, or the people that I'm inviting for the second, third, 25th time. They're the ones that are signing up, not the people that I'm sending brand new invites to. So it's important to just keep a funnel of people coming in and keep a really good follow-up list. We'll talk more about follow-ups next time, but do you guys have any questions on any of that so far? No? Okay, so there's a couple of things I wanted to, I'm just gonna check some notes. If you feel like you're inviting, you're doing the things and it's just not working, you're not getting the return, there's a couple things you can ask yourself. First of all, am I being proof that the products work? Am I sharing that on my social media? Am I showing that I'm working out? Am I showing that I'm using these products? Am I showing some progression of some sort? You guys, you don't have to have a 6-pack, but are you showing like, hey, this week I have better energy and this week I'm down 5 pounds and hey, this shirt fits better than it did last time? That kind of progress, and there's lots of ways you can show it. Are you giving value on your social media? If your posts are constantly like, join my group, buy Energize, try Shakeology, no one's gonna like that. But if you find a way in your post to share your story and
oh, really?
Share your story and give value, help people solve their problems, or show them how you can help them solve their problems. Like, you guys have to be intertwining that stuff into your social media content as well. A couple other things to check yourself on. Do you have the mindset that you're worried about people are going to judge you? Like, you're like ready to invite somebody and you're like, oh, they're going to think I'm weird, or they're going to think I'm just out just for a sale, or they're not going to be interested. Like, if you're having all of that brain drama around your invites, that is that energy thing I was talking about that's going to come across, and people are going to pick up on that, and they're going to say they're not interested or ghost you. And they're not really going to be able to put a finger on it, but they're just kind of catching that hesitant energy that you have behind your invite. So when you are inviting, it's really great to get in a really good state of energy. So if you got to like play a song, do a dance party like Katie does before you invite, chug some Energize and just like get hyped, maybe read some testimonials. Maybe you've had some clients or somebody and they've reached out and they've been like, oh my gosh, thank you so much for helping me. Like, if you want to read through those, or you just want to think about your own experience and how your life is so much better now than it was before Beachbody, to just get in that really good state of mind to invite, then I highly recommend that. That's going to help you get better results with your invites. The other thing is, if you are just sending out a few invites and really putting all of your eggs in those baskets, just like, oh, I know those 3 people are going to sign up, I'm going to hit Success Club, I'm good, then you're giving the power over your business to those 3 people that you're talking to. So it is your job to be talking to enough people to hit your goals, whatever they are. If it's Success Club 5, it's Success Club 20, you're working for Diamond or whatever. That is your job, to talk to enough people to hit your goals without putting pressure on any one of those people, because it's not their job to build your business, it's yours, if that makes sense. Make sure you're not inviting the same 20 people over and over again. Like I just said, you need to follow up and keep inviting people, even if they've said not right now or whatever, but you can't keep inviting the same 20 to 30 people, or else you're going to get stuck. So make sure you're adding brand new people. They're getting invites regularly, so that you can keep your funnel flowing. And then again, maybe you're just not sending enough invites. Like if you're not hitting Success Club 5, you're not sending enough invites. Like straight up, that's just the truth. And it is kind of I mean, we are helping people, and I don't want you to focus on the numbers only. Like the numbers are attached to people, and we need to remember that. But if you aren't talking to at least 100 people a month, you're not going to hit Success Club 5 probably. And I know that sounds like a lot, but if you break it down, 100 invites is like 3 to 4 invites a day. And that's working the weekends. I don't like to work weekends, so I send 5 to 10 every day. And that is so much, it's doable, you guys. It really, really is. It's like if you're adding friends and you're paying attention to who's on your social media, 100 people a month is totally doable. I think that might have been all. I feel like I had one more thing to say, but it's left in my brain already. Oh yes, this one more thing. This is like super important. This again goes with the energy part. You have to be really neutral about the response you get. Like if they say yes, great. You're so excited to like ask them some questions, give them some more information, figure out which program's the best for them. If they say no, no big deal. You're totally unaffected by their response. Because if you get a no and your energy quickly plummets and you start doubting yourself and it just like wrecks your confidence for the rest of the day, that doesn't serve you. And it's going to keep you from continuing to do the work. It's going to damage your confidence. I really just feel myself as the messenger. Like, I'm just the messenger. Like, hey, did you know this is available to you? I would love to help you with it. If they're interested, awesome. We'll continue the conversation. If they're not, no big deal. There are more people out there who I know are ready to work with me, and I'm going to focus my time on finding out who those people are. And I'll come back to this other person. I'll continue the relationship. We'll keeping friends, and maybe the time will be right for them later on. So just really maintain that neutrality, because I know when I started coaching,
I'm up here, Mom.
hi, look, I'm on a video with all my friends.
Yeah.
Say hi. When I first started coaching, every time I got a no, my confidence would take a hit, and it would take me hours, sometimes days, to recover. Or if they said yes, I would get so super excited. And then when they ended up not buying a little bit, you know, when they got the pricing or whatever, they decided it wasn't the time, then I would also be like super devastated. So we want to avoid the roller coaster as much as possible. And the way you do that is to remain really neutral and remember that all the things you're doing are for the people you're talking to, and they're not for you. Like, it's not about you. It's not about how much money you're making. It's not about your points. We need those goals. We need those parameters to keep us going and motivated and make sure we're progressing. And I think that you should have Success Club goals and income goals. Hey, sweetie, that's loud. But at the end of the day, we're doing this for other people as well. So keep all of that in mind as you invite. And I think that you'll be really a lot happier inviting. You'll enjoy it a lot more, and you'll get a better response just because you'll have a happier, more service-oriented energy behind your invites. So as far as like scripts and stuff, that's like, I don't think that stuff's important. Like, I don't think the actual words that you say are as important as your energy, and just that you're open to letting people know you're there to help them. So I don't have scripts to send you. A lot of the time I type up my invites individually, person by person. Sometimes I like that because I feel like it's more spontaneous and more heartfelt. But sometimes I will write up an invite and I'm like, oh, I like that invite, and I'll copy and paste that invite for the rest of the day. And I do have a couple of set invites in my Instagram. I don't know if you guys know this, but in your DMs, you can set up preset responses. So so this is like in my DMs. If you push that little plus sign, there's a little chat box with 3 little dots. If you click on that, you can save preset conversation starters or invites or whatever, and that can save you a lot of time when you're inviting. So that's another tip. I have a couple of those in there that I use. Other than that, that's all things inviting. Do you guys have any questions or want to add anything?
I want to add something about what you were saying about the scripts, because it was something I was thinking about as you were talking for most of this, actually. I've been in direct sales for probably like 12 years doing various things. And the thing about direct sales is once somebody knows you do it, they constantly invite you to their own things. So over the years, I've had a lot of invites to parties, to join teams, to do all kinds of things. And I can tell who genuinely reached out to me asking if I wanted to host or do this or that, and who copied and pasted, because you know, it's really hard to get tone of voice in a text, but at the same time, you know what your friends sound like and they know what you sound like. So if you do find a script or something that you really like, my suggestion is to not copy and paste it, because people know. Take it, like if you saw a post you really like that you want to copy, or an invite that you really like that you want to copy, that's great, but change it up quite a bit because, you know, like use the bones, but change it, because we all know, we can tell. My friends who have just taken the dive into the direct sales industry, like whenever they post, I'm like, I know that you got that from your upline, because that does not sound like you. That's not something you would say. That's not how you would say it. Like, people can tell. And so that's just my thing, because it drives me nuts. Like when I get those invites or when I see those posts, because I'm like, you're never going to get what you want when you're not being you. It's people know you haven't put in a whole lot of effort or energy, like Brenna said. So that's my 2 cents on the whole thing.
Yeah. I was working with a mindset coach last year and he was saying, people can smell BS a mile away or inauthenticity a mile away. And so that will immediately turn people off. So when I copy and paste a message, like I was saying, sometimes I do, I type out like, hey, Rachel, I'm so glad. Did you have a good weekend? Like whatever. I type that out in the moment. And then I have like a little like, I'm starting my February group. I don't know if you're interested, blah, blah, blah. Like that's the little blurb that I paste, but I don't copy and paste the whole message. And I make sure to use their name. That's super important. Another tip to get around the whole copy paste thing and authenticity is to use the voice memo features on Messenger and the DMs. And that's a great way for people to really catch your energy, your tone of voice, your sincerity. And then a lot of times it's faster than typing out like a brand new message to everybody too. Like, just sending a 30-second voice memo too can be really fast as well. And, just have that authenticity factor too. I know some coaches send video invites. I haven't done that or tried that or experimented with that, but I know a lot of coaches get great feedback from that too. So that's definitely available if you want to do that as well. And just to highlight something Sarah was saying, this morning I was looking through my Facebook memories and I was reading a post that was on my timeline. I'm like, I didn't write this. Katie wrote this. I could tell that Katie wrote it. And I'm like, did I copy and paste Katie's work? And then I looked and I'm like, oh, this was a post that Katie did and she tagged me. But it was so obvious to me that I hadn't written that and that she had, because Katie has a very unique voice on social media. And so I was like, did I copy her post? And then I realized that it was something that she had tagged me in. So yes, it is very apparent when you are using other people's stuff. So yeah, be you. And like I struggled with this because I feel like I'm super boring, like I said last week, but it's definitely more effective to be yourself, even if it's boring. Okay, just a minute. Okay, I'm almost done with this call. Any other questions or comments? All good? Okay. I encourage you guys to set an invite goal for a daily and a weekly goal that you can work with flexibility wise, like I said before. And if you guys ever want me to look at your actual invites, you're welcome to send me screenshots of conversations or send me your invite, or I've even taken passwords before and gone through people's messenger and just kind of seen how their conversations are flowing. So I can give feedback that way as well. But like anything else in this business, practice is what gets going to make you confident and help you get better at it. So if you need to feel like these invites are just practice invites and that's going to help you send more of them, then go for that. I think that's a great mindset to work with. So can you guys I'm going to stop the recording.